Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Fight. Thank you so much for joining me again. Now today we're going to be talking about two important things that we need to kind of get into before we get into anything else. Now, um, in case you didn't know, there was a video that dropped last week. It was a very motivating video. You should check it out. So today we're going to focus on or zero in on these two important things, and that's self-love and self-acceptance. Now, you know, just to have a better understanding, let's define them. What is self-love? Well, self-love is just simply loving oneself. I can't really say much about that because if you try to get the definition of love, like between two people and apply it to self-love, it won't work. I tried it. So self-love is just simply liking yourself and accepting yourself. So, this self-acceptance is a concept on its own and self-love. But you can just say that self-love is, liking the good and the bad about yourself, accepting yourself. Now, um, before I talk about anything else, I'd like to say this. You know, just the way there is love between people and there's also self-love, there is also self-infatuation. Now, let me just differentiate a bit before we go any further. Um, Self-infatuation is where you think you've overcome your fears, where you think you don't have any insecurities, where you think you like yourself. Maybe because you attended a conference and they got you excited and everything, now you think everything is dealt with, you are just infatuated with yourself. Now, what do I mean by that? Um, I mean, after the excitement passes, you're still going to go back to the person that you used to be. That person who used to look down on themselves. We don't want that. We want to love ourselves for as long as we live, right? So, um, self-love takes time. It takes maturity. So you need to understand that there's certain things that you cannot change about you, and there's certain things that you can change. And if you can identify the things that you can change, go ahead and change them. Now, self requires you knowing your self-worth. What are you worth? All right, and that will help you to stand firm or stand unmoved in the face of fear, and people won't be able to take advantage of you. That's the beauty of accepting oneself and knowing truly and exactly what you're worth. So it's very important that you know who you are before you do anything. Try to identify certain things about you, like, you know, things that you like your talents, your passions, things that you're good in. Like, for example, I'm good in singing, I can sing well, I can dance, I can make music, I can play football, I can have all these other talents. You try to make a list of that. And certain things that you like about you, like maybe you like your hair, you like your skin tone, you like whatever you like about you. And I'll categorize that in the things that um, you like. And then you can also list the things that you don't like. Take some time to think about and be true to yourself when you're listing the things that you don't like. So you would want to, now move on to categorize the things. From the list of the things that you don't like, make a list of the things that you can change and the things that you cannot change. Now, for the things that you can change, this is what I would tell you. You know, if it's gonna boost your confidence, go for it. If it's gonna make that self-love stronger, go for it. If you're gonna feel good about yourself, go for it. Even if it takes you out of your comfort zone, just go for it. All right? I'm advising you right now because there's no better thing that you can do. So if you realize that there's certain things that you can change about you, change that. If you need to go to the gym, go. Even though you hate, I know some people hate working out. I used to hate working out, but over time, kind of started liking it a bit. Yeah. So if there's things that you can change about you, change them. Do whatever it takes, because that's gonna help you in your self-esteem and self-confidence. Now, if there's certain things that you cannot change about, listen carefully. You know, that's probably because you never chose them. You know, it wasn't your choice in the first place. You didn't choose to be born looking the way you're looking today. All right, I mean that's true. Um, I did not choose to be this way, and because I did not choose and I don't like it, I just, I just, I just don't like myself. You know, I mean, I'm not as good as those guys. You know, I don't look as pretty as those girls. There's certain reasons that you give yourself. And you begin to look down on yourself. You begin to hide, yourself. You begin, that thing covers your self-worth. You know, in the end, you won't really, understand what you're worth because you underrate yourself. You look down on yourself. You know, so whenever somebody tries to make fun of you because of something that isn't, maybe probably not something that you like about you, and you want to feel offended or you want to feel embarrassed, remember this. First of all, it wasn't your choice, so they're not making fun of something that you chose, all right? And second of all, it's not like you can change it. So why worry yourself about it? It's only going to ruin your self-image. It's only going to ruin your self-worth. I mean, your awareness of how much you're worth, okay? So let's not focus on the negatives. Let's not focus on the things that we can't change. One wise man said, if you can't change something, well, instead of trying to change it, try to shift your concentration. Try to focus on other things. And, there's a brighter future out there, if we just stop looking back, if we just stop stopping. Why do you keep on stopping because someone told you that you're not good enough? Why do you keep on stopping because someone told you you can't amount to that? It's your dream. You go after it. You have no right. People are going to say things, but it's your responsibility to keep firm, to be unmoved by their words, especially from the track leading to your dreams, because at the end of the day, who's going to live that dream? It's you. At the end of the day, who was the dreamer of that dream? It's you. See, they just come in as, some come in as opposing forces, some come in as support. You just have to know which one to go with, because never take any negative word from anyone. Maybe coming from someone who's very influential, but if you sense negativity in their words, don't take it. Why? Because negativity is like poison to yourself. It's like it's going to poison your mind, and first of all, what's going to do is that it's going to implant itself in your mind, and then it's going to keep you stagnant. It's going to, keep away all the good thoughts that you might want to have, because you'll be thinking, oh no, I'm not good enough for that. Oh no, I don't have the gift for that. I don't have the passion for that. I'm no one. That's what you're going to be thinking about all the time. So don't let negativity come in, because negativity is very bad. When it comes to idealistic thinking and, thinking about your future needs to be taken with much caution, because when we try to think about the person that we want to be in the future, let's make sure that negative words, negative thoughts do not come and be like our final decision. Let them not participate in our decision making. I don't know if that's clear, but yeah, what I'm trying to say is that love yourself, accept yourself. Don't be moved by everything people say. Like, people are always going to say. Do you know that? People are always going to say. And, it's always going to be hateful things, supportive things, negative things, positive things. It's going to be a mixed kind of all the kind of powers that we have in the world. Things that can contaminate our minds or things that can improve our minds. Because, you know, living in a society is not easy. I mean, it's like that. We live in a society as human beings, and you can expect people to say things about, whatever you're doing, but let's make sure we know who we're listening to. Let's be careful who we let influence our lives. I don't know if that's clear, but I mean, let's make sure that we know who's influencing our lives. We know which people to listen to, which people to take serious. Because if you're going to take everyone serious, if you're going to care about everything that everyone says, well, you might just find yourself in the wrong direction. And it's kind of hard to pull out of that, because once it's stuck in the mind, the mind is a very tough nut to crack, because, once it's in the mind, once it's sunk in the mind, it becomes part of our system. And our system is something that our system consists of our behavioral patterns coming from our personality, our character, our belief systems, because everything that we believe in, everything that's behind our actions is part of our system. And if something wrong enters our system, something that's not for the system enters the system, it's going to cause problems. And you need to be careful with that, because, once it's in the mind, the mind has the power to create, because this is where ideas come from. But also, it has the power to terminate. You can terminate an idea that could change the world. Because while it's still up here, anything can happen to it. So make sure you know who you're listening to. Make sure you choose what you listen to.